You may be encouraged without your knowledge in a malicious direction. What I mean by that is like the depiction of certain things on TV, movies, and music like makes certain things look cool, but it's actually really dangerous or endangering of your well-being, or like you're risking more than what you think. And it's giving, you may have a friend who is like kind of like the dark side of ignorance is bliss. Like they know you're ignorant, they know you don't know better or any different, but they know, and so they just kind of let you do things that generally you should know you shouldn't do, but maybe you lived like a sheltered life, or maybe you were really heavily neglected or abandoned. You didn't get certain lessons that you were meant to have with every exposure to things. Like, as adults, we know, we come to learn what things are, and it's giving these people, sometimes it was your caretakers or your parents or a babysitter or, you know, your elders when you were younger, and it's giving like they just let you do really dangerous things because it would be blissful for them if you didn't exist. And I hate that it's that dark here, but it's giving, maybe people put you in the dark because you shine so brightly, and it's giving they can't stand it. It's giving certain things like drinking near bodies of water, like do not go swimming, don't go in a hot tub, don't go in a pool with alcohol. Like you're more likely to drown. Like if you're already prone to drowning because you can't swim, you're even more so when you're drunk. It's giving being set up. It's giving watching you do the dangerous thing, and then it's like giving murder without doing the murder themselves. Like they just hope that you self-harm and not realize that that's what you were doing, or even pushing you to self-harm because maybe they're emotionally invalidating or emotionally manipulative, where it's like giving reactive abuse, knowing what your reaction would be and then gaslighting you for reacting to that. It's like you have a normal reaction to being betrayed, and so then you're like basically calling out like fuck you, like, you know, you're calling them out, you're basically telling them fuck you, and then they're like, what did I do? Like it's like poking the bear. And it's giving systematic control. It's giving religious practices or spiritual practices. It's giving a group, like mob mentality. Maybe you're in a place where a lot of people are maybe discriminative, racist, ableist. It's just giving like a cult of people, a grouping of people who agree on one like superiority, like in some degrees. And it's also giving, like I had a friend who did this when I went to Cabo with this friend, and she knew not to, like, she knew I was really, really drunk, and she let me get in the hot tub. And when I was basically projectile vomiting for the rest of the night, she's like, I should have told you. And it's giving like, why didn't you, you know, like literally what, like that question, like the fact that question is there is like, why didn't you? Like there was a reason why, and she won't admit it. And it's giving like, I lost a friend to these tactics, where if it wasn't me, it had to be somebody else, I guess. It's giving disabled hate. Like, that shit's real. Like, people don't expect disabled people to be strong and confident. It's giving chosen ones, and it's giving karma is really real around chosen ones, and especially disabled people who are strong in their being. And it's giving, so if they don't want to receive the karma, they might try and off you to, it's giving spiritual warfare. The bad people want to continue getting away with their bad habits, and when they can't, it's like scapegoating. And something here is like, with TV, movies, and music, they only depict the cool part of it. They don't always depict the real part of it. The damage that it can do on the people you love, or the damage it can do on your well-being. Like, it's not educational what we're experiencing. Educational things, when it comes to that, it's very dull and boring, and it's giving government control. It's like, why do we have really, like, why are certain movies and programs more funded than others, and why isn't education as funded by comparison? It's giving core values are sometimes in the wrong place in certain areas, because I mean, the bad people have to live somewhere, and the good people have to live somewhere. Like, you know, there's a place for everyone, and it's giving, we need to kind of make it hard for the bad people to be bad people. I mean, that's why we have rules. I was kind of picking that up the other day. Like, why do we have rules? And it's like, we make them up so that we can kind of put a control on the bad seeds. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, it gives them ideas too, because like, I was getting this while I was in the bathroom at yoga, and it says, do not flush. I mean, a lot of bathrooms say this, but it's like, do not flush feminine products and paper towels down the toilet. And it's like, the bad people will be saying, oh, rules are meant to be broken. And it's like, you basically got an idea right there with a rule, like, do not do this. And it makes them, like, people who are sarcastic, red flag. Like, why are you sarcastic? Like, why are you saying the opposite of what you really mean? Like, why? Sometimes it's like someone's hard to get to because they're hurt, but and hurt people, but it's giving, in other case scenarios, it's like sarcasm's, in my opinion, is a waste of time unless you mean well when you're doing it. Like say something completely sucks to experience, and you're like, this is awesome. You know, like, it's like, just maintain, maybe it's toxic positivity, but it's giving, like, maybe the situation isn't awesome, but you're awesome enough to look at the bigger picture and say, this is still awesome, even though it sucks. That's the kind of sarcasm I want to work with, not sarcasm that's like useless. I mean, there's some sarcasm where it's like, clearly, like, I don't know, like, there, you could be playful with sarcasm, but then there's like seriousness behind like why people are sarcastic. And there's seriousness with like why people didn't tell you certain things when they knew. It's like, they knew the whole time. They had they chose the timing. It was intentional, and it's giving, be careful, friends. Like, if you experience someone who recently, like, maybe told you too little too late, it's giving bye. It's giving like, bye, Felicia. Maybe you know someone named Felicia, but or you have F's, E's, and L's, and A's in your name, and I's. So it's giving the colors blue and red and yellow. So your throat chakra, your root chakra, and your solar plexus chakra, you may need to realign or like kind of focus in on those areas. And if you self-heal, that's amazing. If you need a healer, I got you. You just gotta get on my Patreon. And anyway, with those 3 chakras though, I can kind of tell how maybe you may not be seeing this, because your root chakra is like your safety. Your throat chakra is, you know, maybe connecting to things, knowing things, being able to speak up for yourself, or like just deciphering things. Your solar plexus may be about like your confidence to trust, like, or your confidence with, you know, your decision making, your willpower, your like just multiple energies can flow through each chakra, and like it's giving, the 3 of them combined is giving danger. It's giving be careful. It's giving don't do anything that seems like you think it won't happen to you until it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's giving just like avoid it at all costs. Like, hold a boundary. If people want to be stupid, let them be stupid. But it's giving like stupidity's like knowing better and then still doing the same thing. Because there's nothing wrong with you not knowing at all. Like, you just didn't know. But it's like, if you did know and then you did it anyway, that's a really stupid thing. Like, it's giving you didn't learn and you're choosing to be stupid. It's not that. Like, yeah. Stupid maybe is not like the best word for this, but like, I don't want to be degrading by any means for the collective, but just some things to be in the zone of awareness. Like, don't be around people who tell you things too late, like they could have told you sooner, or, you know, pretending like they forgot and stuff. It's like, there is true forgetfulness, but then there's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, when it comes to a really serious situation, they played around so much that you don't know when they're serious or not. Like, that's not a fun thing to experience when it really matters. Yeah, something about doubt and trust. Someone wants to build trust with you, but there's a lot of doubt here because of the way you're carrying sarcasm, or, you know, throwing certain serious things around very casually. And timing of things is very important. Like, you certain things happen in a specific timing for you to see things in a certain way. Like, sometimes the clarity, you need to experience something before clarity comes in, and you may be blocking yourself from clarity by not really fully experiencing something, like, or like you're like just where you're at. So like, if you are always on your phone, you're not quite present, are you? You're at all the places that are posted online. The car alarm outside is going off, and it's 14:14 on my time. Yeah, it's giving validation with the car alarm. Oh, and some jokes are actually really funny because they're not. It's funny because it's true, not it's funny because it's like mean or malicious or horrible. Like, some people have really horrible humor, and it's giving people who like horror movies maybe really question, why do you like horror movies? Do you like it because you like cuddling up and getting the fear out of the way so you can just be with your loved one without fear, like working through the fear, you know, cuddling up and like being grateful that that shit's not happening to you. You know, kind of getting into the mind of the malicious people, the evil in the world, so you know how to protect yourself from them? Or do you like horror movies because you are a horror yourself? You are something to be avoided. Like, what is with it? Sometimes it's an aesthetic, a culture, but in like kind of like enjoying the costuming and enjoying like the art forms and stuff. But in other realms of being, it's like someone's just inspired of like, oh, I can do that. One day that might be me or whatever. There's just like, there's layers to it. Like, don't just ask shallow questions like, what's your favorite color and what's your favorite movie, and leave it at that. Like, ask the why part. Like, really dive into your person. Like, not every tarot reading should be about love, but I know that we want to grow the love. It's giving, you can't grow into love if you don't work through the shadows, if you don't work through the dark. You gotta put some exposure there, then it won't be so dark. Just some food for thought. I'm just just couldn't keep it in. It just felt so important. I'm not really done up by any means, but it's giving it, there's a greater purpose. Like, I didn't intend to do more readings right now, but collective, if you needed this, let me know. I make karaoke. Music seems really important for the connection. You may even be able to tap into like what kind of a person or how someone's feeling by the music that they're posting or the music that they're into. Like, you can tell if someone's just like really mad at the world because they're listening to really angry sounding music. You can tell if someone's in love because they're playing love songs. You could tell if someone's heartbroken because they're playing really sad songs. You can tell if someone is interested in somebody else if the song doesn't align with like what happened between you and your person recently. Like, it's really giving like, you might feel like things are more or less risky because you can do your research and trust that the universe is going to show you what you need to see. It's giving like someone who has typos, they might be able to like even accidentally out themselves, or the way that they may, it's like, what's that word, the Freudian slip. It's like where people like, they'll say what's truly on their mind, and it's like it's giving a close enough mistake, but they really said what was really on their mind, or like the universe will have them like just outing themselves, and maybe they won't even realize it. Like, there's the acronym RN, like, what are you doing right now, RN? And it's like, recently I had someone type run on accident, and I'm like, oh my god. I like kind of was thinking a little bit about it, and it's like kind of this situation where I can understand like wanting to run away from the connection if you're really scared, if you don't feel like secure enough in yourself or secure enough because of the other person. Like, and it's giving the tables are turning. Someone's becoming a chaser and someone's becoming the runner, and vice versa. Like, flip it however it works. You know what your situation looks like. Everybody has bits and pieces in every reading. It's giving the entire reading doesn't have to be accurate for you, but you can always receive if you're open to receive, and it's your puzzle to piece together. So if you got something, let me know. If you didn't, it's okay. It's here for a greater good. Don't ruin things for other people. And I'll see you next time. Stay magical. This was Magic with Melly.